Alright, so in this video I try to explain and try to show why I think the mark of the beast will be rolled out in the year of the goat, in the Chinese year of the fire goat. And the year of the goat runs from February 2027 to January 25 in 2028. And after that there comes the year of the monkey. And I talked a lot about the monkeypox on this channel. So let's go back to the iPad goat, which is like, I don't know why it is that way or why it became that video everyone is talking about and everyone tries to decipher and decode. But it has a lot of hidden clues in it, and that's why I come back to it. And I think there are many clues which we can decipher and look at. So the movie begins with a goat, and it's even named after the goat. And so we see this goat trapped in some kind of box. It's boxed in, it's imprisoned. And it's like it's imprisoned. There is like a prison with a fence, with the stings. And the goat is also hypnotized. We can see it in its eyes. There's some kind of spiral in the eyes of the goat. And also there is the infamous mark of the beast, a reference to it on the forehead of the goat. And in my opinion, the goat is like a metaphor for us, for the imprisoned spirits. And this goat wants to be freed because there is a clue placed right in the beginning that the goat denies to receive the mark of the beast. So let's go to the video and you can see it. It's like it's shaking its head. So watch the eyes. It's like it's hypnotized. Like all this manipulation that's going on. Manipulation. And there's the money pool in the word. Manipulation. So watch the eyes. It's like hypnotized. And now it's shaking the head like it says, no, I don't want this. Yeah, it's like indeed it's imprisoned. In a box, like our consciousness is in a box. Everything is in a box. And this goat wants to be free, as it seems. So it's a metaphor for the imprisoned spirit. Just like the man with a dog on a leash. Yeah, which is a metaphor for the fallen state. Because we are treated like dogs. Good dog, bad dog. And we are conditioned like dogs. And God, of course, is the reversed God. Or God in a fallen state, if you want. If you like this. So we have this obvious reference to the mark of the beast, which is like tied to the goat, and it's like obviously a reference to the mark of the beast. So could it be that the mark of the beast will be somehow rolled out in the year of the goat, which runs from 2027 to 2028. So, and my theory is that this very, very, very well could be the case. So this whole iPad Goat thing is like a journey through the underworld, and there is some kind of puppeteer who controls his puppets via money. And money translates to one eye, so we have the one-eyed puppeteer on top, and this would be also the seal. Like, the last seal has to be broken to get out of this predicament. And as I showed, the hands is like the blood hands, like the blood money, a reference to the blood on his hands, on the hands of evil or of Satan, Saturn. And it's also a reference to the money, and it's like a ring, like in the Lord of the Rings, where everyone is like magically attracted to the ring because it's the ring. Even though basically the hobbits have paradise at home in their homeland. So this would be the last seal which has to be broken, like Frodo is throwing the ring in the end in the lake of fire. This has to be done so that basically we can break out of hell, and we make an end to hell, to the hell realm. So there's also a saying that money is the root of all evil. So could it be that the end game would be about the mark of the beast, which is of course tied to money, because without taking the mark of the beast, nobody has access to money and to the commercial system. No one can buy or sell. And even in the wording cell, it's like it's the prison cell. Even in the wording, there are clues. So to finally break free from hell and break the seal and to fuck over the puppeteer, so to speak, we have to be done with money. And of course, the Heliophant is also another clue, which is an anagram of the final. Because there is some kind of final in the end of hell. Heliophant. It's like hell. I-O is like the 1 and the 0, and fund is like the infant. Like we are infants. And to get out of hell, we have to grow up. Yeah, that's why groupthink is, in my opinion, infant think. We have to be able to think on our own and not in a group. Group is like if you word it separated, then we have grow up. The group, grow up. So why do I say that the goat, the year of the goat, probably links to the rollout of the mark of the beast? And I think we had a lot of foreshadowing, which I already presented at this channel. Why the goat, or the year of the goat, may be the year when the mark will be finally rolled out. And yeah, the goat would be the greatest of all time, but if we pronounce it a little bit different, we have the great test of all time. So this would be the greatest test of all time, so to speak. Because who wants to be excluded from society and basically be a bum? So we had the goat statue at Mar-a-Lago, the Trump goat statue. And this was another clue, because it was like it consists of dollar bills with Trump on it. And there is also another clue placed, like the 4547, which translates to 9/11, or if we make 4 times 5 and 4 times 7, we get to 2028 once again for the 9/11. And yeah, I showed this slide. Yeah, Trump is tied to 9/11. He's also tied to the number 88, and also this number 45 and 47 is also the 616th prime number, which is the number of the beast, depending on the translation. So yeah, there's a Trump-themed goat at display at Mar-a-Lago, and as it says, the goat is plastered in fake $100 bills, which say, "In Trump we trust," instead of "In God we trust." Yeah, and this is in my opinion, another reference to money being the greatest test of all times, the mark of the beast, the rollout of the mark of the beast, which is tied to the goat and which probably will occur in the year of the goat. And of course, this money goat is a reference to the story of the golden calf in the Bible, when Moses, I think he stepped onto the mountain, and yeah, the Israelites started to forge a golden calf out of their rings and so on, and they prayed to the golden calf, and it's basically a symbol for turning against, or turning into materiality, and turning away from the good and from what's right and from the heart, so to speak, into worshipping basically false idols and worshipping the mammon, money. So the mark of the beast would be the modern day golden calf, so to speak, and because it's the question is, how far will you go for the money and for the status and for everything that's tied to it? Is there a point where you say, now there's a red line which I don't cross? And would you go as far as merging with a AI only to be able to access your money? So that's the question, and it would be the ultimate choice between the lie or the truth, between the machine or the spirit, between death or life. Because right now we are some kind of in between death and life. We are, as it's shown in the iPad Goat, there is a graffiti on the wall with the Psalm 23, and it says that the Psalm 23 is like, it describes the journey through the valley of the shadow of death, and basically the journey through hell, through the hell realm, through the underground, through the underworld through the Matrix. And yeah, this mark of the beast will be set up by Trump and Musk, as far as I can see. And yeah, they are both playing a role, and they are playing the role of the end time anti-heroes, if you will. Or from a biblical perspective, they play the role of the two beasts, the Antichrist and the false prophet. And yeah, why is Elon the false prophet? It's clear to me because he makes false promises about AI and all, and about all this tech stuff. He presents all this stuff as a bright future that lays ahead, and but in the end, these are all false promises. So yeah, let's go to the video, which is very telling, and it shows also that Trump is indeed playing a role. So let's watch it and pay close attention to what he's saying.
Now I can say things that normally, out of respect for the presidency, I would never have said things like I can say now, because they've broken the veil. And when you break the veil, I'm allowed to do what I have to do.
So he's clearly stating that he's playing a role, and that some kind of the veil has been broken. And what he's saying is basically the end times are here. They are upon us. The finale of the hell realm, so to speak, is upon us. And that's why he has to do what he's doing. Let's listen to it one more time.
Now I can say things that normally, out of respect for the presidency, I would never have said things like I can say now, because they've broken the veil. And when you break the veil, I'm allowed to do what I have to do.
So it's very clear what he's stating there to me. So let's go ahead, and yeah, as it seems, the 9/11 emergency will occur in 2028, in 28. So why in 28? So they're in the number 28 in the phonetics of this number. There are some clues, and not only that, there are even other clues. And yeah, I will try to make it clear why I think 28 is the year of the big 9/11. And also of the mark of the beast, and further of the monkeypox outbreak worldwide. And in other words, it's the year of judgment. So 28, yeah, there's a saying that goes, we'll have to wait and see. And to wait sounds a lot like 28. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. We have to wait and see. And yeah, and see. And this also is a reference to the two visions. The 2 8s, the 88. The 2 8s are like 2 8s is like 88. And the 88 is like two visions. Two 2020 visions, if you like. Two pairs of sunglasses, or of the They Live glasses in the year. And it's also 2/8. It's like, sounds a lot like to wait, because there are two ways which we can go. And also 2/8 sounds a lot like to wait, because the hearts are weighted. It's like the Egyptian saying that the heart is weighted against a feather when we cross the realm of the dead into another reality. or the truth into the heart. So the heart has to be weighted. So we have to weight the heart. And also the the pride and everything this world has to offer has become too hate, so to speak. It's too high, and thus these two towers will collapse, because like how goes the saying, a house divided by itself cannot stand. Like in the end of Jumanji, when the house is divided and it's crumbling and the game is over and it's basically collapsing. And like the two towers which fell in 2001, because two became one, 2001. And also I think there will be some kind of aid, and this comes from the heart. To aid, you know, like help, like aid is coming for those who have faith. Yeah, so that's why I think we have multiple codings which all point towards the year 2028. For the alpha and omega, or for the final judgment occurring. And text Trump 288 and 22, that we can make a 2028 out of these numbers. And we also have the 88, we have the 28. So this also was a foreshadowing of what's going down. Then we have this movie, I think it came out the other day, and it's also pointing towards the year of the goat, or the great test of all time, to the mark of the beast. So let's look at the cover, or let's look at the Wikipedia page, because this movie is based on a script which was entitled Goat, and the German subtitle is The Greatest of All Time. So it's basically, this movie is about the goat. And if we look at the main cover, there are a lot of clues in it, and it's once again pointing towards the crucifixion, the crossing of the fiction of the hell realm, which a part of it is the body. And this is shown right here. This guy makes this Jesus gesture because he is basically giving up on this realm, and he does what it takes to get out of hell. So he's basically leaving his beast suit behind, which is emphasized through the blood, and he's also in between the two towers, in between the duality. His heart is opened, and he's basically crossing out the fiction and is going into heaven. And this is further emphasized through the clouds, which also look like wings of an angel. So, as it says in the English version, greatness demands sacrifice. So, if you want to be the goat and want to get out of your prison, you have to be willing to sacrifice something. And I think it's more than you like to hear. Trump was even asked who he think is the GOAT, I think in soccer. And he said, I think the GOAT is Pelé. Like the soccer Pelé from back in the, 80s or something, or 70s. The great Pelé. And this movie is produced by Jordan Pelé. So the River Jordan, there's a saying, we have to go over the Jordan, even at least in German language, which means we have to go to the other side. So there's another clue right here. And which would be a reference to the mark of the beast, because if you are willing to sacrifice everything to get the hell out of this hell realm, then you have to be willing to sacrifice the ability to buy and sell, which would mean you maybe can no longer sustain your beast suit, and you have to sacrifice or cross out the fiction, the crucifixion. Yeah, another clue which points towards the year of the goat, the great test of all time. And right now, perfectly timed, we have the two beasts reunite. So it was clear that it's all like a big show, like the big beef between both of them. And as it says, internet erupts after Donald Trump and Elon Musk reunite at Charlie Kirk's memorial. Who thought that would ever happen? And yeah, my video about Charlie Kirk was taken down, so I will say it's very suspicious that this is the video that's taken down. And yeah, this whole Charlie Kirk psyop is coming into full fruition, so to speak. And yeah, so as the MAGA people say, it's time for this duo to come back together for Charlie Kirk and so on. So the psyop did what it supposed to do. And at the same time, it's from September 18, a few days ago, now it's announced that X money is being used internally. So it already started, it already launched, but it's only internally used. Musk has confirmed that X money is working internally, and it will start extending to outside beta users soon. So the first beta users can soon use X money. X money is a digital payment service providing peer-to-peer transfers, a wallet for storing funds, and Visa integration for bank debit card connections. It may add crypto and investment features later. So the beta, it's already running internally, and the beta will be rolled out very soon. And yeah, the vision of Elon Musk is that he makes this X side to the everything app, which means it will replace banks. And what they are not telling you is that in the end you will have to merge some kind your body with the AI to be able to have access to the site. That's what it all boils down to. And yeah, here we can see the post. Elon Musk has confirmed that X money is working internally and will start extending to outside beta users soon. Elon Musk has just confirmed that X money is working internally and will start. Okay, that's bullshit. Okay, so here we have a little roadmap of the rollout of X money. And this is the blueprint leaked in January 2025, and it was reiterated in June, and it targets a financial super app by end of 2026. So if we go through the timeline, then we will see that there's a crypto integration coming in 2026, and there is a global expansion coming in 2027 and plus. So this rollout roadmap perfectly fits what I investigated here. So, right after the year of the goat, there will be the Chinese year of the monkey, and it's the Chinese year of the earth monkey. So, and this will run from February 2028 until 2029. And this would be the time frame where judgment is coming. So, what would be the judgment for taking the mark of the beast? The Bible, which I consider some kind of script of this reality, is saying in Revelation 16:2 that those who took the mark of the beast and worshipped its image, they became harmful and painful sores, which sound a lot like the monkeypox. Yeah, if we look at this drawing here, for those who took the mark, they get these sores, and this looks a lot like, even the monkeypox looks a lot like the zombies. And yeah, those who took the mark are further thrown into the lake of fire, which at least seems to me like there will be some kind of reincarnation happening. So, that's why I think the monkeypox will come after the introduction of the mark of the beast, and they will have something to do with the judgment, and it will have something to do with disease X. Because if we look at the CP's page, which is sponsored by Bill Gates and so on, we have this sigil here, and if we remove some of these lines, we get the Christ monogram, which I showed over and over again, decodes the monkeypox, because it's like basically a key. The P and the X is like a key. You grab it here, and this is like, these are the teeth of the key. So we have the one key, or the mon key, because one and mono is the same. Mon key is like one key. We have the monkey, and we have the POX. So we have the monkeypox, which would be what these zombie movies always depicting, in my opinion. And that's when the judgment comes, shortly before the game is over, the Omega, because the monkeypox are like the Alpha and the Omega, where the beginning and the end are meeting. Yeah, and the CP even has the Mpox listed as the one of the prime candidates for disease X. And disease X is also a double meaning, because the disease will be X'd with disease X. So the paradox, so to speak, is complete. And the disease is banned, which is the hell contagion, if you like. Yeah, so I hope this investigation makes some kind of sense, and yeah, I'm not here to convince anybody of this. I just show you what I investigated, what my so-called detective work presents to me, and so I think sharing is caring, and I just want to get it out there. Maybe someone can make something out of it, or at least is aware of this stuff.